So, is qualified immunity bad for black people? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, as you know, race hustlers, they make race out of everything. They have to hype and create hysteria and everything. You know, I always say the race Murphy's Law. Anything they can be race will be race, and that's how they operate. You know, anything they can make race out of or make a race issue, they will, because that's how they make their money. They make their money crying about race. So it will make race out of everything. Now, one of the latest things that you have heard these race hustlers cry racism about is qualified immunity, especially surrounding the 2024 presidential election. They were crying about how, Trump is gonna pass qualified immunity and he's gonna give cops the free pass to kill black folks because they're already killing us and gunning us out the street. You know, that nonsense. But the question has to be asked then, is qualified immunity really bad for blacks? Well, in order to answer that question, you have to ask three questions. There's three questions that can be asked in order to answer that. First question is, well, what is it? First of all, well, what is qualified immunity? And then what is it not? And what would it mean for blacks? Those are three questions that honestly I can think of that you have to ask in order to tell if it's bad for blacks. So let's deal with the first question. Well, what is qualified immunity? Basically, qualified immunity just says that if a police officer is operating based upon the laws, proper laws, or the proper protocol that police are supposed to operate under, and they get in trouble for something, have an incident, a negative incident, you can't go after their personal assets. Okay, you can't say go after their retirement, sue them for their retirement, or basically go after their property, their home, force them to repossess their home to sell and stuff like that. Go after their savings account or their retirement, or anything. You can't go after their personal assets if they're operating and basically within the law. Now, what is qualified? What is qualified? What is it not? Well, it's not a free pass for police officers to kill blacks, not even remotely. Okay, and the worst part about it is they say this nonsense as if the average black person in America is ever going to really have a real issue with cops, and it's not. Most black people would never have an issue with cops. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I give the stats all the time. There's 44 million blacks in America, nearly a million cops in this country, and you got an average of 250 blacks killed by police officers every year. And that's the high average. And so that's what y'all call a genocide. Genocide, the police genocide the black man. Is that what a genocide? That's ridiculous. Okay. Now the third question is, what would this mean for blacks? Well, what qualified immunity does is it basically says that police, it protects their personal assets. So you just can't go after them just because you think that just to be going after them. So in other words, it basically incentivizes cops to want to be cops, because if someone can just come after me, just to be coming after me for any little thing, then why would I become a cop? Who in their right mind would want to become a cop under those circumstances? And that's fact. The fact is black people need cops. We all need cops. Society needs cops. So the idea we're going to defund the cops it was idiotic nonsense. And statistically speaking, nobody calls for police officers more than black women. I mean, black women call 911 at a higher rate than anybody. So yes, black people need cops. So what this does, what it do for black people, it was incentivizes people to want to be cops amongst blacks. Because like I said, who in their right mind would want to be a cop if I, pull you over for speeding tickets? Pulling somebody over for a speeding ticket can cause me to lose my home, lose my assets. That's stupid. So, like I said, most blacks will never have any negative interaction with cops in the first place, But so it seems to me like qualified immunity is actually good for blacks. I don't see how it's bad. Just saying. Anyway, like I say, that's my 2 cents on qualified immunity. I don't see how it's bad for black people, and anybody who says it's bad for black people is an idiot. Most notably, these race hustlers who try to get paid, and the people who listen to them. But anyway, y'all, like I said, this is my 2 cents on this, and as always, until next time.